What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel. And today we're playing some more Soulstone Survivors, trying out the new weapon and the new special weapon for the Death Knight. So we have down here Unholy Aura. You emit a shadowy aura for 6 seconds, applying doom to enemies that stay near you every 0.5 seconds. Every half a second we're going to apply some doom to them. We get some extra max health, some damage modifier, lose some cast frequency, and move speed, which is a little dangerous on the Death Knight because of course we don't have any dashes. Pretty excited to try this out. Gonna be a big doom build. You can go ahead and check out the runes here if you would like to, but essentially I'm just trying to go for a purity build here and do like only doom is the only let's just do not much curse stuff. I don't know, we can put all of 2 on or something like that. I'm fine with that. Might do some like Overlord or something. And then of course here is our special weapon if you want to see that. Reap slashes targets in the direction you are aiming at, causing all doom and curse stacks in the area to deal 200% of their damage instantly, removing the effects in the process. So the doom and curse is just going to get smacked away when you hit them with this slash. So essentially you want to stack up as much as you can and then go ahead and slash them just like that and boom, big hit. So it's very interesting. I'm excited to see how this really stacks up as this run continues to go on. Usually I like doing something like a Whirlwind Blade weapon on my Death Knight here and trying that out, but it's a little different now that we don't have his regular weapon, and this is really going to be more around Doom. And Curse, to be fair, so I could go some Cursed abilities if we do get them. I'm looking to get Death Vortex is one ability that I definitely know I want. And then after that, we'll kind of see. I don't really care for Shadow Spikes, and as far as I remember, I don't think they got buffed at all. So, I don't know if I'm looking for any of those, but we'll see. Surprise gift I actually just unlocked at the end of the last episode. If you want to check that out and how I unlocked that, go ahead and watch that one. But I don't think I'm going to go any of this. Well, actually, I think Bloodlust is really good. We get extra movement speed and cast frequency. And actually, just to be clear, Surprise Gift is a really good ability, and I'm not even completely against going it. It's just that I'm trying to do a huge Doom build here, and the more effects that I stack that aren't Doom or Cursed, then I'm going to lose the extra percentage damage multiplier on our enemies, so I'm just going to try to go for this Doom build as early as I can here, and stick with that as like my only really big negative effects. A bunch of doom stacked on these dudes and then slash their bushes. Oh yeah, that can proc some big damage, huh? So I'm thinking a big area modifier will be very good for this slash, of course, and just for the doom area. We can't always proc the doom on somebody with the slash, I don't think, but we don't even need to. We can just let the doom do its thing. I think it's going to be a lot of this early on where we don't necessarily have like a bunch of direct damage stuff, so people are just going to kind of have to die to doom sometimes, unfortunately, but we'll need to get some new weapons here very soon and remedy that a little bit if we can. Critical damage across the board is good. Death Vortex is perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. 100% chance to crit when they are at full health, and then I really want the area modifier on the Death Vortex, but I am going to take the block power because it's always good to get a little bit of defense early on if you can, especially on the Death Knight because, again, we don't have a dodge, so we got to be careful. Make sure we get a lot of movement speed, a lot of health, a lot of block power, stuff like that. There is some passes we can start banishing. We can banish any kind of ability, or passive, I should say, that is going to give us something like a slow or poison that we can apply onto our enemies, because we don't want to apply those effects onto our enemies because we are running the purity rune, so we want to apply as little negative effects as we can and really only go for this doom and curse. Shadow Grasp pulls enemies in a large area towards you, applying cursed, and curse is going to cause a bunch of damage, and if cursed accumulates more damage than the target has health, it will instantly execute the target. Whenever cursed causes damage, 50% of the total damage is dealt in a small area around the target. That can be very good for us, and actually combos very well with obviously everything we have, but especially this Reap because they'll both slash at once. So, I love to see that. And pulling some enemies towards us could be pretty good. Like I said, something like Fragility, I'm just going to banish it, get it out of the perk pool because I know we don't want it. And I will use some rolls here so we can look for something like Void that can also apply Doom. Could be very good, and for now, that is what I'm going to take. And some health is very, very nice for us. Okay, we got a nice build going on here. I am kind of scared of that Shadow Grasp ability and how it will kind of pull them around. And then Doom is going to pull them around, and then Death Vortex is going to pull them around. So the only thing that kind of worries me is that the enemies are going to be flying around quite a bit because of our ability choice. But at the same time, it's going to be good for grouping them up, which means it's going to be good for stacking Doom on them and then taking them out. Let's see how good we can kill this boss. How quickly, I guess I should say. Ooh, that's big. Multicast for all this stuff. Let's go. The more aura we can produce is just like... Imagine if we can stack a bunch of Doom auras on this guy, how much we can just stack up on him and take him out. Keep slashing him up. Not the best killing here, and I didn't really expect him to die that quickly right now, to be honest with you. I think we need to kind of get some stuff going here first. I think we need a lot of cast frequency and multicast, and once we get to a point where we have those things, I think we will start killing pretty quickly. Does that? Okay. I was trying to see if that Saw Blade was actually going to come back, even though he died, because sometimes bosses die, and, well, most times bosses die, and their stuff just doesn't go away. The Doom Aura is very good for taking out Sploders, I will say that. There's Shadow Spikes, like I was talking about. It's Doom. If something else popped up with Cursed, I would consider it, because as much... Oh, okay, so get rid of this. But this we actually can go. I'm not going to go with it yet, but that's the one status effect passive like that I'd actually consider picking up, because obviously the more Doom we can stack is very, very good for us. Crit is very good. They actually fixed in this recent patch how crit interacts with stuff like Doom. I think it was kind of glitched before, and now it's fixed. I think they also just fixed Doom in general because it was kind of glitched and not doing the correct damage and whatnot. There were some problems with all that, but they actually put it all together and fixed it pretty good now, so I'm excited to really try this out and get a fun build going with all of it. Ooh, baby. That's a big damage up. And critical damage, yes please. Alright, now this run is starting to come together. Death Vortex is one of my favorite abilities in the game. Every time I've had it, it does amazing damage, even when I don't level it super, super much, which I do plan to level it a lot here if I can. It has really good damage on its own. It obviously applies Doom, it does good crowd control for you, and it's very good at killing elites and the little guys, everything. It just does very, very good at doing almost everything in the game. I mean, you can have an ability that's strong from almost any angle. Obviously, it's going to be quite beneficial for you. There is that Doom for us. We'll get rid of the burn there because we don't want it, and then we'll take the XP multiplier. So, I'm a big fan of Death Vortex. I'm very glad that I have it. Holy heck, that elite got smoked. How do you get so smoked? I don't even know. Maybe, oh yeah, I just slashed him. Wow. You build that Doom up and these elites go into the dirt. I'm gonna get level 3 here just so I can spin these really quick, and then we'll go ahead and smack this guy up. Oh yeah, everything with Shadow, multicasting, baby. Leave it to me and swing, going crazy. These are some good buffs. Now we're starting to talk. We're starting to get to the point where I think this run is going to start to spiral. And spiral in a good direction, I should say, because spiral is usually a downward spiral. No, we're doing an upward spiral, if I can say so myself. What I want to do is get this swing as big as I can. Ooh, get smacked. That was pretty good. We're starting to make an improved run here. I don't think it's as strong as quickly as I have gotten with his main weapon, but I see the merit to it, and it's definitely starting to come together quite quickly here. Area modifier, health, and ooh, baby, damage modifier for everything with physical. Ooh, that's a big damage up. That's going to enable us to actually start getting a good run coming out here. Like, up to this point, it's like, yeah, I could see the run was forming. That right there was the exact passive we need to set this to the next level. So you just get ready. We're going to start smacking way harder now. You know, I never really leveled up the Void ability too much. Maybe that's something I should focus on a little more in this run. I'm not sure. I've been having a lot of fun with this update so far. I'll say that much right now. They did a great job, I gotta say, on all the new abilities and weapons so far. That's what I've tested, at least. The nerfs and buffs they put in, not too many nerfs, but a few things they did nerf a little bit. But the buffs were great. It's making a lot of other things that maybe didn't feel so good. Oh, and just the bug fixes themselves. It's just making the game play way better. Is this actually... Okay, so that kind of spins him around. He does like a circle spin around him, so I don't even really need to aim that doom-causing slash ability he has there. So that's kind of nice to see. We'll take the damage modifier. Probably should have taken the other one, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take a little drink of water here really quick, if you don't mind. Go ahead. and keep playing. Trying to take these elites out really quick, which, oh baby, where did they even go? I hope they like dirt, because they are taking a very long nap inside of it now. This guy is always pretty hard to dodge, because he throws a lot on the ground, but when you kill him in half a second, it gets pretty easy now, doesn't it? You can see Doom sucking them in there, and then my big old Shadow Smack pulls them in, and just, ooh, it is going crazy good for us right now. Loving this. The more I can have up my Bloodlust ability, obviously, is better. I like to get it to a point where I continuously have Bloodlust up, like it is just always on. When it always on, then that's when your run really starts popping off. Especially on something like this where I need the extra movement speed, and this can just give me so much extra movement speed from always having it on, and I don't have to give that extra movement speed from passives. It helps out a lot. So that's something I'm looking to get, is continuously having our Bloodlust procced. These guys are getting smacked very good, though. You can see what I mean about the Death Vortex and just how strong it is to suck them away and beat their cheek holes up very effectively. I'm not actually going to throw that away. Yep. Give me the XP. I'm not going to throw away any movement speed or damage modifier, because as far as I see it, the Doom and us proccing the Doom with our Slash, with our special weapon here, is what's causing so much damage. Not me just having straight up a bunch of damage on my abilities. That's not what's doing the damage here. What's doing the damage is proccing the amounts of Doom that I have on these enemies and then taking them out. I probably could have done one more curse level, to be honest. Whoa. Yeah, I'm a little slow when my Bloodlust isn't active, so that kind of worries me. Oh yeah, look at her getting her cheeks beat up. We'll be dead in a second, right? There you go. Getting some good area modifiers on our abilities now, and that's very nice. We're starting to smack from a good distance away, and I like that very, very much. Ooh, some good dodges there. I enjoy the Death Knight quite a bit. He's been one of my favorite characters ever since I unlocked him, which took a little while because he's one of the harder characters to unlock. But once you do it, you won't regret it. I very much like unique characters like this. I guess I was a little bummed out. If I could have wanted anything more from this update, it would have been a new character. But at the same time, it's basically like getting a new character when you get a new weapon for a character, because it completely changes how they play in most cases. I really appreciate that. I used the Elementalist, like I said last run, to actually beat Bumble up for the first time, and he has like a completely different kit now. It's not about the beam attacks, it's not about the Call Lightning coming in anymore, it's about an ice build, and I got to do an ice build with him last episode, and it was so much fun. Speaking of ice, let's get that shit out of here. Ooh, lasting, baby. There's Shadow Bolt, which is another shadow ability we could go, but I'm not going to go ahead. Go for it. I'm going to opt straight out of that. Damage modifier of the Void skill. Sure, why not? I would love to see the Void skill actually be a little more effective than I feel like maybe it has been in the past, because in the past I feel like I never really gave it its time to shine, so maybe this is the time where I really should, and just let it have that ability to shine. I always let Death Vortex be the shining star, but maybe Void could actually do good work for us if I just let it do so, you know? You never know how good an ability is going to be if you don't give it a chance to be good for you, you know? So, try things every now and again, especially after a change, you know, like this with a new patch, because they just changed a lot, you know? So you actually need to go ahead and try new things. I want to try a burning build out, because they just buffed burning and how good burning is now, you know? And speaking of burning, this guy's trying to toast my cheek holes, so I gotta be careful of that. And to clarify, I do only have one cheek hole, in case you were wondering. I don't know why I said that there was multiple. He is gonna be dead in the next second here. Bada bing, bada boom, and that is a very nice clear. 925, another sub 10 fours there. Beautiful to see, and I think that can show you pretty easily. Ooh, Shadow Orb is the other ability that I was actually kind of thinking about. And I'm gonna do it. I'm going to get rid of Void. I know I was talking about Void, but I'm going to get rid of Void, and I'm going to go Shadow Orb. And we're immediately going to buff it up, because I think it's really good. And we're going to go... Well, you know, as always, I tell you, leave in the comments your vote. Do you want to see Overlord, or do you want to see the Endless mode? And I'll wait a few seconds and let you do that. Hope you're having a good day while we wait for these votes to come in. Okay, I see the votes are coming in. I'm going to tabulate those really quick. And you guys voted for Overlord mode. Yay! So we're going to go ahead and kick it over there and see what we can do. I want to see how this build stacks up against a lot of bosses, to be honest with you. So I'm excited to go ahead and test it against a bunch of bosses at once and just see what kind of trouble we can get up to. And what kind of trouble can we get out of, more importantly. That's what we really need to test. And now we actually have to aim a little more, because we have the Shadow Orb here. But now we have 2 different ways to get cursed on our enemies, which means that we can actually stack the curse up more, and the more curse we can stack up is the faster we can execute, like bosses and whatnot. And the more curse we can stack up with our doom is just the faster we can smack it off of them and then do like huge damage bursts. Because that's what this is all about, baby. Multicast. Movement speed. Multicast. Movement speed. I love being fast, you know me. Getting our multicast up is something that I'm really trying to do here. I'm glad I just got a bunch of buffs to it, because the more we can have up, like our reap and well, just all of our abilities, honestly, is the stronger we're gonna get. I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know, but at the same time, it is true. What day is this coming out? Is this coming out Christmas Day? I think this might be out Christmas Day. If it is out Christmas Day, then happy Christmas to you. If Christmas is over and I misjudge when this is coming out, then Merry after Christmas and whatever else is happening in the world. But I'm pretty sure this is coming out Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Happy regular day, because even just regular days deserve to be happy. Let's keep smacking this shit down. Oh, baby. And we'll take a little bit of health. You can never go wrong with health on this character, or really any character, but especially this one. What's up, big boy? You want me to focus you first? Oh, you're getting smacked. You are getting smacked around. And I actually do want to focus you first, because you are a boss that kind of scares me. More than some others, I will say. Oh, yeah. And you're getting kind of toasted. Not as quick as I might have hoped to kill you, but down you go. And honestly, even for not directly targeting Alexi, he went down in another 2 seconds anyways. So it's nice to know that we have some pretty good area damage where even if I don't super focus someone, they will go down pretty quickly. Yes, please. Yep. No, we actually don't want this at all, because we don't want to apply other status effects. Stuff like that is bad. We only want Doom and Curse. That's all we want. Because that lets us keep a 40% damage bonus if we just have those 2 effects. So you got to keep that in mind. Look how fast we're actually stacking this stuff now, though. We're getting pretty darn strong. I enjoy it. Oh, and we're actually pretty fast now. This is good. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Are you spending it with your families? Are you a lone duck? Hopefully you can have a good day and not be too lonely. That's never fun for anybody now, is it? Unless you don't want to be with family or whatever. Maybe your family sucks. Maybe your friends all suck. In which case, I hope you get some better friends. But if you don't want to be alone on Christmas for whatever reason, then I hope that's the wish you get. Whatever you want, I hope it goes well for you, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sure me and my family will have some good time, and I'm sure they'll start fighting at some point, and then I'll go to my room and play Soulstone Survivors. No, I'm kidding. I'll just sit there and laugh at them as they fight each other, because I'll be like, why? But I won't be surprised at the same time. That's how it be, right? Travel across the country to go fight with your family. Yeah, I think that's how life should be. I never understand people who just love getting into fights, because it's like, man, I don't have the energy for that shit. I just really, in the past few years, have gotten to the point where I just can't be bothered with arguments for the most part. Friendly arguments can be fun sometimes if it's somebody that you respect, and like, you actually have differing opinions, and you know you respect them enough and they respect you enough to where you'll see each other's differing point of views. Those arguments can be very fun, because you can actually get some different perspective on life, and they can too, and you can, you know, be better for it, just in general. But when it's just like needless bashing people that a lot of people like to do, then I'm just kind of sitting there like, man, this is so pointless. Like, wouldn't you rather do anything else with your time than just tear each other down? Like, it just makes no sense to me. But some people just like to suck. You know, and if you like to suck, I'm sure there's a glory hole around you somewhere that you could go find. It just took 1 damage there, so it's good to know that our block is helping. We're tanky fellers pretty far. We're almost close to 400 health, honestly, so that's pretty darn good, and usually 300 health is where I try to be at with most characters, but on this character I like to go to 400 or 500, just because, again, no dodge. But we're not even going that far in this run. I'll probably just do this one little cycle of endless mode here. I like to do at least one endless mode cycle, just so I don't leave the video too short for you, and can get you having some, you know, hey, go do something else. But I'll spend some time with you. Maybe it's the end of the day when you're watching this, you know. You got your presents, you got the new Dildotron 5000 plaything you wanted under the Christmas tree, and now you're just ready to kick back and say, hey, how good is the Death Knight's new weapon? I can tell you, quite good, quite good. I think I've had better and stronger runs. In fact, I know I have better and stronger runs with the Death Knight than I am having right now, but that in no way is saying that this is weak. And in fact, I'll tell you, this is very strong, and I'm excited to maybe mix this up in the future and try some different ways of using this build. You should die any second now, you for the next slash. Alright, you'll die. Let's start getting Fire Boy. We'll have to go around because he is doing flamethrower attack. I think I'm fast enough to outrun it. Oh, I almost took damage because of the architecture there, but luckily I did not. Hey, that's kind of the nice thing. You can leave the bosses and just let the doom stacks and the curse stacks apply on them and build up and build up and build up. And then you can run back in, hit them with one of your slash abilities, and just proc it all and knock off like all their health at once. That's actually pretty interesting. So doing a run around method and escaping the bosses is actually pretty good on this character. Interesting. That's nice, because on most characters it's like you gotta stay in there, you gotta get that damage done. And if you're running away, it's just really not gonna happen because you're not even applying the doom stacks. With this, you know, you throw in a shadow vortex on them, a death vortex I should say. You keep throwing your shadow orbs at them, and you stack all that up, and you fly back in, you proc it one time, and they take a shit ton of damage. That's pretty nice to me. Here comes a laser attack, we gotta be careful with that. Prophetess is charging her stuff up. We'll go ahead and dodge down here. One of them is going to die soon. If I get in there, I think I can probably kill one slash maybe. Nope, pretty close, but no deaths yet. That's going to be a laser attack from her. One of them is dead. I believe it was him. Yes, yes, yes. And then we'll smack her down. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that gets pretty strong. I'm very impressed by this, to be honest with you. And I think it's a really cool interaction. I like how they put a lot of thought into actually making these second weapons on characters different, and it completely changes the way that they play. Like, this is not at all how the regular Death Knight plays, you know? You're not usually doing this crazy Doom build where you're actually trying to go in and maybe just throw a bunch of Doom and curse on them, and you go in, boop, you proc it, and it's just like really fun, and I really enjoy seeing cool stuff like this just done, you know? It completely changes the character up, and I really respect that and appreciate that. Because in some games you'll get like, ooh, look, it's a different way of playing, and then it's like, now they do 3 times more damage, but it plays the exact same, and it's like, okay, so you didn't really change much, like, kind of goofy and pointless. But here, no, it does, well, the damage is really up to how you build and how you're playing, and it does feel completely different, and I really, really like that. My favorite second weapons so far, new ones, gosh, that's tough. I know I'm asking myself, but you know, I'm just practicing my interviews, and there's no better person to interview than yourself. It's called self-reflection. Look it up, honey. Gosh, I liked the Elementalist a lot. He has like a new ice ability, and I thought it was pretty darn dope. This, I'm a big fan of. What else did I try? Oh, the Chaos Walker. I think the Chaos Walker changed the least with his second weapon out of anything I've tried so far, but that doesn't mean I don't like it, and in fact I am a very big fan. Alright, that's enough for me right now, I think. That was very good. I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan. 107 million from Reap, which is right here, because it just kept proccing everything. 1000% of the damage instantly, holy heck. Look how much little damage everything else did. Because the ticks of Doom and Curse from these never got to proc, because this was always proccing them. That's insane. Well, I'm extremely impressed with this new character. Oh, look, up to 100 there on our red soulstones. And if you're impressed too, and you want to see some different second weapons from these different characters, maybe next time I'll try out the second weapon for the Necromancer or the Beastmaster here. Could be pretty cool to do either. But if you want to see that, go ahead, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Most importantly, when you do hit that notification bell, this is an everyday series, so you'll get that straight to your inbox every single day, and you can go ahead and have some fun time with Roger. But all that being said, that's all from me, so as always, have a great day.